Oh my gosh. You guys saw my tweet. I felt like I had to explain myself when I woke up because I posted it with no context. You guys already know. I grew up in the countryside. I grew up with minimal technology, like, not minimal, but like, not that much technology. And like, you know, parents would be like, get out of the house. We're busy doing stuff. So get out while we're making dinner and just come back like around 5. Come back around 5 or something. So like you leave and then you just come back for meals and you're like playing. I remember playing in rock pits. I remember like where they're doing like construction. I remember finding the wild, we called them honeysuckles, but I think it's actually red clover, and pulling off the like petals and then sucking on them because it tasted sweet. I've told you all my embarrassing farm story where I apparently was having so much fun playing with the cows. I didn't realize that I was like really stinky. My mom told you that story. But you know, that was my childhood. That was my childhood. It's very precious to me. I was so outdoorsy. You know, and every day was so slow. And there would be so much happening. And now it's like, don't get me wrong, I love living in the city because there's a lot of like very convenient things about it. But I miss that sort of slower life where like you had to kind of do those sorts of things, you know? Like, oh, I want to go to the McDonald's. So instead of driving there because I can't drive and Uber Eats doesn't exist, I'm going to ride my bike up there. And it's kind of a long ride because the nearest McDonald's is like multiple miles away, but that's fine. That's fine. I'll just take a break halfway through under a tree. And I'll maybe take a very small like snack from home. Like, you know, like little breads and cheese you just find in the fridge because you're kids. So you just like take it without telling your parents. And then I'll just like have a little break midway through. Since I'll be tired. I can drive now. I don't like to though. I hate driving. I will not lie. I like to live in the country. I mean, I love the internet. Don't get me wrong. The internet's obviously great. Like, my whole job revolves around the internet. But sometimes you just miss it, you know? Why do you hate driving? Because it's stressful. You can't predict what other drivers are going to do, and other drivers could be so aggressive. I don't drive in Japan, mind you. I don't drive in Japan. I do not have a driver's license in Japan. I do not plan to buy a car in Japan. I will not be driving in Japan. I love driving when there's no one else on the road. Because I can just, you know, vroom vroom. But there's so many people who shouldn't have a license who do. I think I told you guys this. The craziest thing was, I remember there was one time I was at a light. And I was waiting, because like, we had like the turn. It was like in a turn lane. And you know how like the turn lanes like that? They'll have like the flashing yellow, which means you can go if no other cars are coming. Well, other traffic was coming, and we were on the flashing yellow, so I was waiting, and the lady behind me starts honking her horn aggressively at me as there's a consistent flow of traffic, and I'm just sitting there in the turn lane, like, what am I supposed to do? What do you expect me to do, lady? There's no space for me to go. What? Why are you honking at me? What's your problem? And then, when the traffic was clear, I obviously went, and she went too. Then she roamed my ass for a bit, and then she pulled up right next to me, rolled down her window, and started yelling at me. And I had my windows closed, but I could still hear her a bit, and I was just sitting there like, oh my god. Because I was just like, I didn't cut her off. I didn't do anything. She just wanted me to turn faster, apparently. Probably, look, I was in the intersection. I don't know how to tell you this. I was raised, sadly, that you should go into the intersection so that when the light does change, you can still go. So, but yeah, the issue is there's just some people like that on the road who are just like really crazy and get really crazy road rage. And I had an aunt who was like that too growing up. Who we'd like be driving with her and we'd be in the back seat and she'd just start like yelling and like pedal to the metal, like driving really fast and like rolling down her window to like yell and like flick off other drivers. It was scary. It scared me, man. I was terrified. It's your birthday reports and it's my birthday in 30 minutes. May I have the day off? Day off from what? It's your birthday. You may do whatever you please. Call your workplace. Tell them you're not coming in. Tell them, I'm sorry, I'm sick, and then go into your workplace with a birthday hat on and be like, I'm just shopping, or like, if it's that kind of workplace, you know. Do not work on your day off. Or do not work. Do not work on your birthday. Your birthday is a day of rest. You know? Should we call off for your birthday? Yes, that too. Of course. Why not? Of course you should. Tell your job you're busy. You have a prior engagement. If they're like, no, but we need you. Be like, oh, sorry. Well, my prior engagement needs me. And your prior engagement can be you laying in bed all day. You know? That's what you deserve. Not going to work, going to a job. Not on your birthday, no siree. Again, any other day or time, sure, yeah, whatever. On your birthday? Absolutely not.